Hi everyone, welcome back. Greg Diamond here again. We've been having this ongoing conversation, haven't we, about self-worth and how important our sense of self-worth is to how we want to impact the world. We know that if you have a poor self-image, if you don't value yourself, it's very hard to have the impact out there in your world and in the world. So how do we improve that? How do we build up our sense of worthiness? Because we will not attract to ourselves what we don't feel worthy of receiving. And if we accidentally do that, we are going to self-sabotage. We're going to do things to our life situation that's going to push that blessing, that prosperity away because we don't feel worthy of receiving it. And we can't act for any length of time anyway, different from our inner belief. If we do, it threatens our very sanity. So we have to make those two things align, this inner belief of who we are and the external world that we draw to ourselves. And if the two don't align, we don't have integrity. So that integrity can be both a positive and a negative thing. We want to build an integrity where the prosperity, the goals, the desires of our life come to us because we believe we are worthy of receiving them. Now we've talking about how can we build this sense of self-worth? We need information. We need to know, we need to be conscious of where our self-worth is poor so that we can change that and build that and know that it's just an inner belief and that inner belief can be changed. We need to do some stuff to help that along, and we need to seek some personal validation and the inner knowledge that those things are real. So how do we do that? It's very interesting, isn't it? There's some great inspiring people around, people like Marissa Peers, Dr. Karen Gordon, Louise Hay. They all said the same message: you are enough. And wouldn't it be great if we could just hear that, accept it, and then act out of that knowledge that I am enough. I'm all I need. And the world is my oyster, and I can just charge out there into the world with confidence, knowing who I am, knowing what I want, and with the motivation and the desire to get it. But it doesn't tend to work like that, does it? I can tell you 1,000 times you are enough, but if you don't really believe it, it's very hard for you to act out of it, particularly for any length of time. Now you can change that inner attitude, and we're going to talk more about that as we go along. But can I just take your mind back to the collective? Let's talk about the human race, not just you as an individual, me as an individual. We've done some extraordinary things, haven't we? Where we've gone from being just this animal on the planet to now holding the very fate of the planet in our hands. We have the ability to destroy this planet, where we can turn it back into a rock flying through space. Through nuclear holocaust, through environmental disaster, we have changed, and we can continue to change the very nature of the planet itself. Is that a negative? Yeah, it's a negative, but can I just change your perspective a little bit? How powerful are we? How powerful are we? We're now talking about our potential to destroy our very home. That's incredible. But what if we could turn that sense of power around? Do we also, even though we have the power to be destructive, to create chaos and havoc, do we not also have the power to create, to construct, to bring order? Yes, we do. We are that same animal has both capacities. So how powerful is our collective, but how powerful then are you as an individual member of that collective? Our history has been revivified, we've had new life brought to humanity's progress and to its journey by individuals along that path. And as a collective, we've taken up the baton that individuals have given us. And we've gone on to do extraordinary things, particularly in this 21st century. We're on the cusp of some amazing things, in the area of AI and robotics and genetics and medicine. We are doing some amazing things. And if we can we can reduce our tendency to the negative and to the destructive, wow, where can we be going forward? So that's about the collective. But you know what? You're a part of this. You're not separate from the collective, from the group of humanity. You're an integral part of it. We all are. We've all, in part, constructed this potential future. If you could only believe that you are as powerful as those who have gone before, both destructively and constructively. If you could only believe that, how would that change the way you see your life and the potential for your life? It's funny, often, you get these calls from, dare I say it, Africa, or people on your Instagram or Facebook accounts or on your mobile phone who are trying to defraud you, who are putting viruses into your computer programs. And I often think, with the knowledge that they've got to create this virus, with the creativity that they've got to create this defrauding behaviour, this illegal theft of your information and your details, what if they turned that creativity, what if they turned that ability, those skills in terms of computing power, into something positive? They could potentially be millionaires, billionaires. They could be the next Bill Gates or Elon Musk, bringing to the world something powerful, positive and creative that could change not only their lives, but the lives of all those around them, rather than turning their skills, abilities and their creativity to the negative, to defrauding, to thieving, to taking from people. What if they turned that around to giving? We all have this choice, don't we? And we all have this potential to shrink back into our cave, to hide from our potential and possibility. We have also the potential to expand not only our world, but the world. Where do you stand in this? What I really want to convince you about is the power of yourself, the potential of your own humanity, both as part of the human race, but as an individual component, as a cell in the organism that has the potential to bring health and healing or cancer. Who are you? What are you? I can tell you, you are as powerful as the very next person. You're as powerful as the Elon Musk. You're as you could do incredible things. You could be the next Einstein. You could at least live up to the potential that you've been given. And that takes a change of the way you think about yourself. In the next sessions, let's get on to how we can bring change to that self-belief. But I want you to begin this journey knowing that you have the power and the potential to be extraordinary.